All right, so it is springtime and the spruce tips are ready. You can actually eat any variety of spruce. They're all edible. I actually have two different types of spruce in my yard. I have a white spruce, which is huge next to my chicken run, and then I have a couple of blue spruce along the meadow behind me here. So the ends of the spruce are where the new growth happens. So you can see in here that these are really flexible. You can still chew through these pretty easily versus these really stiff spruce needles. Those are going to be really tough to eat. So part of the reason that we wait this long to pick these is because they have like a papery shell over top of them before they get to this point. So I want to be sure that I catch them after that papery shell has come off. It makes it just a lot easier. You can eat them before that, but you have to clean that papery shell off, otherwise it's a really weird texture. Here you can see what I meant about that papery covering. This one hasn't quite lost it yet. So as that papery covering comes off, that's when they're ready to eat. So that one obviously I could just pull off, but if that's on all of them, it's probably not time yet. Now keep in mind when you're picking spruce tips, that's this year's growth, and it's not going to grow more than a spruce tip a year. So when you take that spruce tip, you are taking the growth for this entire year. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean you're going to kill a tree if you take off a few spruce tips, but you can kill a tree if you take off all of its spruce tips. So try and find larger trees with new growth on them. Take a few from each branch, but don't take all of them off of any one branch. You probably can't hear it over my chickens, but there's a mama robin up there who's pretty mad about me being in this tree. I'll bet there's a nest somewhere. Why? Why are you like this? Oh, yep, there's her nest. Knew it had to be in here somewhere. I'm gonna leave it alone though. Now, I read somewhere that these pollen cones are edible, and I don't remember what they're used for or like how to eat them, but right now they're really saturated. It's been raining on and off all day and all night, so I'm gonna leave them for now. All right, I got a bunch of tips off of my white spruce tree. I'm gonna go find the blue. Ooh, this meadow is wet. I am glad I am wearing my chicken shoes. I love this time of year. I get to see all the plants coming up in the meadow before they really get going. So this is a huge stand of goldenrod. In just a month or two, it's probably gonna be as tall as I am, but right now it's still pretty little. Okay, is this not a happy place? Look at all the violets in here. These guys are tasty. You can just snap off a flower and eat it like a little snack. Yeah. All right, made it through the meadow, and now I'm out here by all of these fun coniferous trees. This one's a red pine. I've got some spruce over here. These are what we're gonna be harvesting. The pines, they also get these tips on the end too. I believe that you can eat those. Those clearly are not ready yet. And you can see that base of, I think those are pollen cones down at the bottom. All of that not ready to eat yet. We can still make tea out of the needles, but they're really cool to look at. It's so crazy what sun can do. You look over here and a lot of these are not ready yet. They've still got the paper on them. But this branch is a little bit more exposed to the sun, and you can see a lot more of these are ready to be picked with the papers off of them already. So I'm just going to be kind of choosy on which ones I pick. I've got like 4 or 5 of these trees to choose from, so I'm just going to pick and choose here and there. Oh, look at these teeny tiny little ends coming up on this white pine. They're so cute and little. Okay, there's probably something wrong with me, but for some reason this just looks like a cactus that wants to fight me. Oh, it's so strong. That was a really bad idea. It's fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Okay, so I'm just traipsing through the meadow between the trees here, and I've seen this plant pop up in a couple of spots. Just looking at these leaves down on the bottom, and you can see they're really pretty big. This is not a small plant, and it's clearly just started growing. But does this not look like a pumpkin? Ah, look, there's another one, and there's another one, and there's another one, and there's another one. So I did a little bit of research and it looks like it's some sort of like wild cucumber. I don't know if it fruits or if it's got edible fruits, but I'm pretty excited. I've kind of been logging in my mind where they are in the yard so I can check back later this summer and see if there's fruit on them. Strawberry. Okay, we gotta get back out of the meadow. It's been really damp and kind of cool, but maybe warm enough. So I have a big stack of wood over in the front of my yard that has been fruiting some golden oyster mushrooms, and every time I get there it's too late. They're moldy or they're rotting, and I'm just gonna go check and see if maybe we have some mushrooms. Well, I was gonna go check and see if we had any mushrooms, but I got distracted because this stuff is called bed straw. See how it's got the whorled leaves on there? It's got this squared off stem. These taste a lot like wheatgrass, I think. My husband thinks they taste coconutty, but they're really good. I'm going for it. Oh my goodness, it's just the teeniest, tiniest little mulberry tree. Aww. Okay, you may think that a huge pile of rotting wood wouldn't smell so great, but look at this. It smells amazing. These lilacs are blooming way early. They actually started blooming 3 weeks early. It's typically like the first weekend in June I can harvest these, but look at how beautiful they are. Oh my God, they smell even better than they look. All right, enough with the lilacs. Let's take a look and see if we got any mushrooms growing. I had oysters over here somewhere. Oh, what are you? Something. Oh, you guys, they're really young, but they're starting. Oh, yes. That is gonna be tasty. I really hope that those don't start to rot before I get back to them. Okay, well, let's see if there's any growing anywhere else over here. This was a lot easier before this all grew up. This is crazy. Just a few days ago, honestly, all of this grass was lower. This was so much easier to get into. Let's tilt this guy up. Oh, there's somebody living under there, but no mushrooms. None that we're gonna eat anyway. Remember all those pretty purple violets I showed you? Yeah, this one's just as tasty. Nothing. I got nothing. Maybe something will grow back. We'll see. Oh, crud. Suddenly I'm not holding spruce tips. Where? Oh. There they are. We're fine. Well, at one point, I think this might have been oyster mushrooms. Guys, I think I just found something. Oh, what are you? Oh my God, yes. Look at how beautiful those are. We are definitely eating these. Since mushrooms can be really tricky, I am going to consult my mushroom book just to be sure that there's nothing else I could be confusing these with. I guess that's the fun about foraging, is I really came into this looking for spruce tips, and here we're gonna have some oyster mushrooms for dinner tonight. All right, I had to go inside because, surprise, surprise, while I'm foraging for spruce tips, I did not have a sharp knife with me, but hey! This is gonna be way too hard to do one-handed. I'm gonna have to put down the phone. All right, now that is a beautiful haul. Ah, damn it, I forgot a container. I gotta walk back to the house now. Bad news. I was supposed to be doing other things right now. My husband's gonna be home soon and I'm not done and ready to go where we're supposed to go. He is not gonna be thrilled, but he likes oyster mushrooms, so. Okay, I got my container. We're not gonna know if it's Parmesan cheese or French onion dip or oyster mushrooms, but I got it. Eating mushrooms, eating mushrooms, eating mushrooms, eating mushrooms. Yes. All right, just gonna put this puppy back where we found it. Oh my God. There we go. Okay, I really have to go in and finish what I was doing. We're gonna find out how to cook these later. Okay, so I'm reading about oyster mushrooms, and those look a hell of a lot like what we just found. Like they've got the gills like what we found. Says here though, and I think that would be the classic oyster, says that they have a sweet smell that is sometimes described as anise-like. Spores are whitish, lilac tinged, or grayish. I'm just gonna give them a little sniff. Yeah, it smells a little bit like anise.